Dr. Amara Patel stood in the soft glow of the clinic's bioluminescent panels as she prepared for another routine day. She adjusted her white coat, smoothing the faint crease at her elbow, and took a deep breath. Outside, the dusty red horizon of the Mars colony stretched in quiet stillness, but inside, the hum of life carried on. Her first patient, a small child named Miri, clutched her mother's hand. Eyes wide with nervous wonder, Dr. Patel offered a warm smile and knelt to Miri's level, letting the child press her small hand against the scanner as it gently traced her heartbeat. The rhythmic pulse looked normal, steady, strong, and Dr. Patel praised her bravery in a soft voice. She watched Miri relax, and the child's relieved grin sent a flutter of happiness through Dr. Patel's chest as the morning progressed. A steady stream of workers shuffled through the halls, a miner with a swollen ankle, a cook complaining of indigestion, a delivery driver with a mild fever. Each time, Dr. Patel greeted them with the same calm attention, listening to their concerns, recording vital signs, offering reassurance. She felt the weight of responsibility, knowing that each body she examined carried a story of hard work, of sacrifice, of people forging new lives on a distant world. She loved this work, the chance to ease pain, to give comfort, to remind each patient that they mattered. Midway through her rounds, Dr. Patel noticed something unusual. As she scanned the wrist of a young miner named Kai, the scanners patterned. Light pulsed in a way she had never seen. Her gentle questions, "How long have you felt dizzy? Any other symptoms?" seemed routine, but the data blinking on her display told a different tale. She frowned, recalling every training session, every protocol. No human physiology produced a looping sequence like this. At first, she blamed a calibration error, or a dusty sensor lens. She asked Kai to roll up his sleeve and clean the scanner's surface with antiseptic. When she placed it back on his skin, the same pattern emerged, clear and persistent. A flutter of emotion rose in her chest, tangled with a respectful fear of the unknown. She excused herself politely and walked down the corridor toward the advanced diagnostics bay. The sterile white walls and humming biotech arrays felt slightly alien to her practiced hands, but she drew strength from her purpose. It was her duty to seek answers. There she directed the lab technician to connect Kai to the colony's neural mapping system. As the machine came alive, projecting shimmering neural pathways and glowing synapse clusters, Dr. Patel watched wide-eyed. Hidden within Kai's brain signals was an encoded message, a gentle, harmonious pattern that suggested intellect beyond human limits. Her heart raced. Could this be a genetic anomaly? A recording device? A sign that humanity was not alone? Emotion welled up in her, wonder, awe, and a solemn respect for whatever intelligence had chosen to reach out. She remembered her grandmother's stories of Earth's early explorers, the pioneers who ventured into unknown lands with curiosity and courage. Now, standing on the frontier of human knowledge, Dr. Patel felt a connection to every scientist who had dared to ask what if. She gently removed the sensors and offered Kai a reassuring smile. "I need to run more tests," she explained, her voice steady but filled with empathy. Kai nodded, trusting her with a hopeful gaze, as she guided him back to the examination chair. Dr. Patel knew that this day would mark a turning point, not just for her career, but for all of humanity. The routine exam had revealed something extraordinary, and with that revelation came a surge of responsibility. Stepping out into the hallway, Dr. Patel paused for a moment, placing a hand over her heart. She felt its steady beat, a reminder of her human fragility, and she whispered a quiet promise to honor whatever truth lay hidden in those alien signals. The clinic's light seemed softer now, as if welcoming her to carry forth the hope of peaceful discovery. With purpose renewed and compassion guiding her steps, she walked toward the lab, ready to embrace the profound possibilities that awaited. Dr. Patel led Kai down the softly lit corridor toward the colony's advanced diagnostics bay, her steps measured but her mind racing. Kai glanced around, uncertainty and trust battling in his dark eyes. He had expected a quick checkup, not an extended detour into strange machines and unfamiliar protocols. As they entered the bay, The hum of biotech arrays and the gentle glow of holographic displays filled the air. Dr. Patel placed a reassuring hand on Kai's shoulder. "You're safe," she said softly. "We're just going to learn more about what's happening inside you." The technician, a quiet woman named Soren, greeted them with a nod. Together, they guided Kai into the comfortable scanning chair. Dr. Patel helped him settle, adjusting the headrest and draping a light blanket over his knees. She checked each cable and sensor, her fingers steady despite the excitement fluttering in her chest. Kai's hands trembled slightly as Soren clipped electrodes around his temples and attached fine sensors to his wrists and temples. Dr. Patel offered him a gentle smile. "It's okay," she murmured. "You're doing great." The machine roared to life, its soft mechanical breathing echoing off the walls. A three-dimensional lattice of neural pathways appeared above the console, tracing Kai's thoughts and feelings in glowing filaments. Dr. Patel watched the patterns shift and pulse, noting the familiar arcs of sensory and motor signals until she saw something impossible. A looping sequence of light wove through Kai's brain activity, distinct from his motor impulses or emotional centers. It formed a deliberate, repetitive pattern, like a whispered code hidden in the depths of his consciousness. Her heart pounded. She exchanged a glance with Soren, who raised an eyebrow in silent question. Dr. Patel tapped a command on the console, isolating the anomalous loop and sending it through the lab's decryption algorithms. The display flickered as lines of alien symbols and tones emerged, each one mapped to slight modulations in Kai's neural firing. Dr. Patel felt a tremor of awe. She had expected odd readings, perhaps a rare genetic marker, but a clear, intentional signal, encoded in human nerve impulses. As the decryption continued, Dr. Patel took a moment to steady her breathing. She thought of her grandmother's stories, of Earth's golden era, when explorers followed star maps into the unknown. Now she and Kai stood at the frontier of that same mystery. She placed her palm over her heart, feeling the reassuring thump beneath her gloved hand. She owed it to every human who had dreamed of first contact to proceed with care and respect. "Dr. Soren whispered, her voice hushed with excitement. "The message is, greeting?" "It's like they're saying hello," the console translated. The sequence into simple, phonetic sounds, soft, melodic tones that felt more feeling than language. Dr. Patel's eyes misted. She realized that the pattern resonated with Kai's own emotions, weaving in echoes of curiosity and warmth. Whoever had sent this signal had chosen him for a reason. Perhaps sensing his kindness or courage, gentle footsteps approached the bay's entrance. Colony security officers filed in, their authoritative presence sharp against the lab's tranquil glow. Dr. Patel tensed. But Soren quickly hushed the technicians before they could react. The lead officer, Commander Reyes, folded her arms. "Dr. Patel," she said, voice firm but not hostile. "We've been notified of unusual findings. We need those readings and that patient for questioning." Dr. Patel met the commander's gaze with calm resolve. "Commander, please understand, this isn't just a medical anomaly. We may be on the verge of first contact. If we rush to conclusions or treat Kai as a threat, we could destroy everything these beings intended. I request quarantine protocol, not interrogation, and full analysis before any decisions." Her tone was respectful but unwavering. Commander Reyes hesitated, then nodded curtly. "Quarantine it is, for now. But I want hourly updates." She gestured for her team to step back. Dr. Patel felt relief flood through her, mingled with gratitude for the commander's open mind. She turned back to the console, heart still racing with excitement and the weight of responsibility. As the officers left, Dr. Patel placed a comforting hand on Kai's other shoulder. "We're going to learn what they want," she promised. Softly, Kai nodded, his fear eased by her steady presence. Dr. Patel sat beside him and reviewed the decrypted fragments. The message contained hints of friendship, coordinates far beyond the colony's sensors, a simple request: meet us in peace. Emotion swelled in her chest, hope, wonder, and a fierce determination to honor this invitation. She glanced at Kai and whispered, "Thank you for trusting me." His faint smile warmed her. In that moment, she knew that every test, every protocol, and every careful step would lead them closer to an extraordinary meeting, one born from compassion, curiosity, and the courage to listen. Dr. Patel settled into the lab's soft glow, her mind alive with questions. She watched the console translate more of the alien signal, line by line. Each phrase felt gentle and kind, as though the sender reached out with an open hand. She thought of humanity's first explorers on Earth and felt a warm pride that now, as on the frontier of the stars, humans could return that gesture. Beside her, Kai rested quietly, watching the shifting holograms with wide, curious eyes. The message continued to unfold, an introduction of an alien envoy named Leora, whose people had watched humanity for generations. They spoke of shared wonder at life's beauty and the pain of isolation in the vastness of space. Dr. Patel felt tears spring to her eyes, tears of relief that their intent was peaceful, and of joy that being so different could feel such kinship. She gently squeezed Kai's hand. "They care," she whispered. "They truly care." With each decoded sentence, Dr. Patel's sense of purpose grew. She drafted notes on her datapad, summarizing key points, coordinates for a meeting point beyond Mars's orbit, instructions for a secure communication protocol, and a list of simple cultural exchanges, music, images of Earth's landscapes. In stories of human art, she underlined the words friendship and hope in bright red. Wanting to remember the message's heart, yet a faint worry tugged at her. What if someone in authority panicked? What if the colony's leaders saw this as a threat rather than an opportunity? She pictured restless crowds, alarms, and sealed airlocks. She closed her eyes and took a slow breath, reminding herself that kindness had gotten them this far. She would protect Kai and this fragile trust, no matter the cost. She gathered her small team for a quiet meeting in the clinic's conference room. Soren the technician, Dr. Liao, a linguist, and Ambassador Reyes, the colony's deputy diplomat. They sat around a curved table, the message displayed in holographic script above them. Dr. Patel recounted the signal's emotional tone, the delicate patterns woven into each phrase. Dr. Liao's eyes glowed with excitement as she played back the tonal greeting, explaining how frequency shifts mirrored human laughter. Soren demonstrated the coordinate translation, pointing to a star. System 80 light minutes away. Ambassador Reyes folded her hands. "This could change everything," she said softly. "We must act carefully." Dr. Patel nodded. "We need a respectful response," she said. "We must show our world's best side, our art, our stories, our willingness to listen," the diplomat agreed, and they sketched a plan. Create a recorded message of human music and a greeting in multiple languages, then broadcast it using the alien protocol. They would also prepare a small capsule of Earth soil, plant seeds, and a collection of children's drawings, a gift of life and imagination. That night, the clinic hummed with activity. Dr. Patel oversaw the recording of violin and drum, performances smiling as the musicians played under candle-soft lights. She watched children's drawings float through the air in holographic form, each image vivid and full of wonder, rainbows, forests, ocean waves, and smiling families. Kai hovered nearby, helping to label the images in English, Martian Creole, and other colony dialects. His earlier fear had blossomed into excitement. He laughed as he hung a drawing of dancing stars. As dawn approached, Dr. Patel reviewed the final assembled message. She felt her heart swell with pride and hope. For centuries, humans had looked up at the stars in longing. Now, they extended their hand in return. She placed her palm over her chest and whispered a quiet prayer for peace. In that moment, she knew that every life she had ever touched, every patient she had comforted, had led her here, to this beautiful crossroads of fate. With trembling fingers, she activated the broadcast. The lab speakers hummed, and then the alien protocol took over. The gentle melody and heartfelt greetings streamed into the silent expanse. Carried by light and hope, Dr. Patel closed her eyes, imagining alien listeners across the void, and felt a joyous certainty that their friendship would blossom, born from a simple exam and nurtured by compassion. Dr. Patel watched the colony's comes array as the final notes of Earth's greeting faded into the silent expanse. The lab's holographic screens showed a countdown, minutes, seconds, ticking toward the moment when the aliens might reply. She felt her chest tighten with excitement and nerves. Around her, the small team held its breath Soren, tapping her foot. Dr. Liao, biting her lip, Ambassador Reyes standing silent and calm. Even Kai hovered close, eyes bright with hope. The last second passed, the screens flickered. A single line of alien script appeared, then another, glowing softly in the dim lab light. Dr. Patel's heart gave a little leap. She tapped her console, isolating the incoming signal. It began as static, then shaped into soft, flowing harmonies and answer, carried in music as much as language. The tones rose and fell like waves, warm and welcoming. Dr. Patel closed her eyes and let the sound wash over her, feeling tears sting the corners of her eyes. This was not a test of weapons or threats. It was friendship, genuine and open. Soren adjusted the display to translate the tonal message into words. We accept your gift. We come in peace. Leah, the holographic envoy from the earlier message, materialized before them. She stood tall and graceful, her skin a soft turquoise that shimmered under the lab's lights. Her eyes, large and luminous, reflected curiosity and kindness. Dr. Patel took a steadying breath, remembering her promise to act with care and respect. Ambassador Reyes stepped forward, bowing slightly. Welcome, she said, voice unwavering. We are honored by your visit. Leah inclined. Her head, her slender fingers weaving in a gesture that seemed like a greeting and a promise all at once. The lab speakers carried a delicate harmony as Leah's voice reached them through the protocol, a gentle, melodic cadence that felt like a warm breeze. Dr. Liao translated softly. They speak of shared knowledge, of healing and art. They wish to meet our healers and musicians. A collective thrill ran through the team. Dr. Patel felt her pulse quicken. The aliens wanted to meet the people who had reached out with compassion and creativity. It was a dream come true. Over the next hour, the small group selected representatives for a greeting delegation. Dr. Patel was chosen to accompany Ambassador Reyes, her calm empathy and medical insight, making her a natural envoy. Kai and Soren would stay behind to continue, refining communication protocols and charting safe routes for the alien vessel. Dr. Liao prepared translations of human literature and music. As they prepared to board the shuttle, Dr. Patel felt her heart swell with pride and responsibility. She paused at the lab's threshold, looking back at the colony's rows of homes and domes. The people going about their lives under the pale Martian sky. She thought of every patient she had ever treated, every smile she had shared. Their spirits would travel with her, their courage, their honesty, their willingness to reach out across the stars. In the shuttle's cabin, Dr. Patel sat beside Ambassador Reyes. The gentle rumble of the engines was a reminder that they journeyed into the unknown. She reached into her pack and drew out the small capsule containing Earth's soil and seeds. She held it in her hands, feeling the weight of centuries of human dreams. Near her, Ambassador Reyes held a music recorder, ready to share human songs. The shuttle lifted off, leaving a trail of dust in its wake. Through the window, Dr. Patel watched the colony shrink into the red landscape. Ahead, the open sky beckoned, and with it, the promise of a new chapter for humanity. She closed her eyes and whispered a thanks to her team, to every soul who had cared enough to build a life here, and to the unknown beings who had reached out in friendship. As the stars glimmered before them, Dr. Patel felt a surge of emotion, hope, wonder, and a deep sense of connection. The ordinary had become extraordinary, and a simple medical exam had opened a door to the cosmos. Now she journeyed onward, ready to meet her new friends and share the best of what it meant to be human. Dr. Patel stepped onto the smooth, pale deck of the alien vessel, her boots making a soft, echoing tap against the surface. She paused for a moment, adjusting to the gentle hum that resonated through the floor beneath her feet. Ahead, the alien Envoy Leora greeted her with the same calm warmth she had felt in the lab's hologram. Leora's graceful form seemed to float as she lifted her hand in a gesture of welcome. Dr. Patel felt her heart swell with both wonder and relief. This moment had been born of a routine exam on Mars, and now she stood face to face with a being from another world. The interior of the ship was softly lit, with walls that shifted color like the sunrise on Earth. Strange plants and floating glass orbs lined the passageways, their leaves glowing with bioluminescence, Dr. Patel remembered. The small capsule in her pack and reached inside to lift out a handful of red Martian soil and carefully wrapped seeds. She held them out to Leora. The envoy's fingers, slender and gentle, brushed the package. In return, Leora produced a small crystal sphere filled with swirling light, an alien gift that pulsed with warmth. Dr. Patel placed the sphere on a nearby console, watching its glow cast dancing patterns across the wall. Nearby, Ambassador Reyes set a portable music player on a smooth ledge and pressed play. Human violin music, recorded under candlelight on Mars colony, filled the air. The notes floated on the vessel's hum, weaving together to worlds in harmony. Leora closed her eyes, and Dr. Patel saw genuine emotion ripple across the envoy's face, something like joy or perhaps awe. A gentle sigh echoed in the corridor. Dr. Patel realized that music truly was a universal language, a bridge that spanned light years and species. Leora guided Dr. Patel and the ambassador deeper into the ship, where a circular chamber opened, like a calm pond. At its center lay a platform of living crystal, etched with symbols that glowed in soft blues and greens. Leora invited Dr. Patel to place the Martian soil and seeds on the crystal. As she did, the seeds sprouted instantly, tiny green shoots bursting from the red grains. Gasps rose from the human team. Warm light drifted from the crystals, nurturing those first sprouts. Dr. Patel felt tears prick her eyes at the sight, life blooming where none should. A living testament to friendship and care in that glowing chamber. Dr. Patel knelt beside Leora. The envoy gently placed a crystalline hand on Dr. Patel's shoulder, a gesture of deep respect. Dr. Patel bowed her head and offered a soft word of thanks, even though she knew Leora understood through their shared signal. The air felt charged with possibility. Around them, the seeds continued to grow, curling into tiny leaves that glowed faintly under the bioluminescent light. It was a moment of pure hope, a promise that despite the vast distances and differences, life could unite them as they rose. Leora led them to a final alcove where a holographic map of the galaxy appeared, with both human and alien waypoints marked. Here, they would plan future voyages, shared research, medical exchanges, and cultural visits. Dr. Patel traced her finger along the line from Mars colony to Leora's homeworld, feeling a thrill at each cosmic mile. She thought of every patient she had ever treated, every anxious smile she had offered, and realized that those small acts of care had brought her to this moment of unity before leaving. Dr. Patel turned to Ambassador Reyes and whispered, "This is only the beginning." The ambassador nodded, eyes shining. Together, they stepped back toward the shuttle, their packs lighter, but their hearts full. Through the hatch, the Martian sun shone far below, and Dr. Patel felt a gentle breeze of hope drift across her face. A simple exam had sparked a friendship that would change both species forever. She smiled, knowing that every tomorrow would be richer for the courage to reach out and the compassion to listen. Dr. Patel stepped off the shuttle and felt the familiar Martian breeze brush her cheeks as she looked across the red plains toward the colony's domes. Her heart swelled with pride and excitement. What had begun as a routine exam had grown into an alliance that would reshape life on Mars. Behind her, the alien envoy Leora and her small delegation disembarked, their graceful forms moving with curiosity and wonder. Colony Command had arranged a grand welcome ceremony in the central plaza circle of red stone under a pale sky, surrounded by cheering colonists and the proud flags of Earth. As Dr. Patel led Leora through the crowd, she saw miners in dusty overalls, technicians in crisp uniforms, and families with wide-eyed children. Each face held awe and hope. Leora reached out to gently touch a child's outstretched hand. her slender fingers glowing softly where they met human skin. The child laughed, and the sound echoed across the plaza like a promise. Dr. Patel felt tears prick her eyes at the sight, two worlds greeting one another not with weapons, but with warmth and openness. After the ceremony, Dr. Patel guided Leora to the new research wing of the clinic, where human and alien medics worked side by side. Alien healing crystals stood beside human scanners, and biotech patches infused with Leora's race's gentle energies hung neatly on shelves. Dr. Patel watched as a human doctor and an alien healer co-treated a patient with a chronic bone injury. The human doctor applied a familiar bandage while the alien gently channeled light through the crystal patch. Within moments, the patient's pain eased, and a sprout of new tissue gleamed under the clinic lights. Dr. Patel smiled, realizing that this blend of technologies would save countless lives. Later, she and Leora visited the colony's children's school. Bright murals of both human and alien landscapes decorated the walls. Dr. Patel watched as children practiced greeting phrases in both Martian Creole and Leora's melodic tongue. They laughed as their words tangled, but Leora patiently guided them, clapping softly when they succeeded. The students showed off drawings of Martian sunsets and alien gardens, and Leora's eyes brightened as each artwork flashed in holographic display. Dr. Patel felt her chest tighten with joy. The next generation would grow up knowing friendship between species was natural and beautiful. That evening, Dr. Patel joined a small gathering around a glowing campfire beneath the colony's protective dome. The air was warm, and the stars above seemed to shimmer in approval. Leora sat beside her, sharing stories of her homeworld's vast crystal forests, oceans of liquid light, and cities built in floating islands. In return, Dr. Patel spoke of Earth's oceans, deserts, and the first brave souls who had sought life on Mars. They laughed over shared memories and quiet moments, and Dr. Patel sensed a deep bond forming beyond cultures and worlds. As the fire crackled, Ambassador Reyes approached and presented Dr. Patel with a medallion embossed with both human and alien symbols, a gift of gratitude for her compassion and courage. Dr. Patel accepted it with tears shining in her eyes. She felt weight and wonder in her hands. This simple emblem honored not just her, but every patient she had ever treated. Every moment she had chosen empathy over routine. Before saying goodnight, Dr. Patel retraced her steps to the empty clinic. Hall, now silent under the soft glow of bioluminescent panels. She placed her palm against the wall, remembering how a curious scan had revealed an alien signal inside Kai. She whispered a soft promise to continue building bridges, to heal beyond borders, and to listen with an open heart. Ahead lay new challenges, shared research missions, deeper cultural exchanges, and the occasional fear that differences might divide them. But Dr. Patel felt ready. Looking out at the colony sleeping under twin moons, Dr. Patel allowed herself a moment of stillness. The routine exam that had changed everything seemed like a dream. But the living proof stood before her, sprouting seeds in the alien ship, healed bodies, and children weaving languages together. She drew a steady breath, her chest rising with hope and determination. Humanity had reached out into the void and found friends. Now she knew, together they would chart a future where compassion and curiosity guided every step across the stars. Dr. Patel woke before dawn, the Martian sky still dark beyond her window. Today was the final day of the delegation's mission, and her heart felt both full and heavy. She dressed in her white coat, smoothing its crisp edges, and stepped into the silent clinic halls. The soft glow of bioluminescent panels greeted her like old friends.
Ow.
Each light reminded her of the journey she had taken from routine exams to interstellar friendship. She found Kai waiting in the reception area, his face bright with excitement. He offered her a small holoprojector, showing the final recordings of Leora's people teaching them song and dance in their melodic tongue. The music's gentle. Notes floated through the air, and Dr. Patel felt a warm glow in her chest. She hugged Kai lightly. "Thank you for everything," she said. "You changed my life and ours." A shy smile told her he understood. Ambassador Reyes arrived, carrying a slim binder filled with agreements of cooperation, medical research packs, cultural exchange plans, and schedules for future meetings. She placed it on Dr. Patel's desk. "Your work made this possible," Reyes said softly. "Humanity owes you a debt of gratitude." Dr. Patel shook her head. "It was a team effort," she replied. "Every patient I treat, every life I touch, that is what led me here." Outside, the central plaza hummed with activity. Colonists and alien guests mingled under the pale light of the 2 Martian moons. Market stalls sold fresh Martian sprouts, grown from Leora's seeds, and fragrant alien spices harvested from floating gardens on the ship. Children chased one another, laughing in mixed languages, their words a joyful song. Dr. Patel paused at the plaza's edge, watching families share treats and stories, and tears of happiness welled in her eyes. Leora approached, her turquoise skin glowing softly under the moonlight. She offered Dr. Patel a delicate flower-like crystal, its petals curving around a tiny light source. "For you," Leora said through the universal translator, "a symbol of life and hope." Dr. Patel accepted it, touched by the gesture. Pressed her fingertips to the crystal, feeling its gentle pulse. "Thank you, my friend," she whispered. "I will treasure it always." Together, they walked to a raised platform where Colony Command had arranged a farewell gathering. Dr. Patel took the microphone first. Her voice was steady but filled with emotion. "This journey began when I noticed a strange pattern in one patient's exam," she said, glancing at Kai in the front row. "Who knew a simple medical checkup would open a door to the stars? We have learned that compassion and curiosity can unite us across light years. Today we celebrate not just a first contact, but a first friendship." The crowd cheered, human and alien voices blending in a warm chorus. Leora stepped forward, next, and spoke in her soft, musical voice. The translator rendered her words. "We came seeking friends, and we found them. We share our knowledge and our hopes. Let this alliance be a bridge between our worlds." As she spoke, holographic images of both planets floated above the platform Marses. Red dunes and Leora's crystalline forests intertwined in light. After the speeches, Dr. Patel escorted Leora and her delegation back to the shuttle. Each farewell was tender, hugs, handshakes that glowed with shared energy, and promises to return soon. Kai waved until the shuttle lifted off, its engines humming. Like a lullaby, Dr. Patel watched until it became a bright speck against Mars's sky, then turned back toward the colony. That evening, she returned to her clinic's main hall. The walls were lined with messages of goodwill, drawings from children, poems from colonists, and holographic trinkets from both cultures. She stood in the middle of the room, breathing deeply. This space, once filled only with routine exams and minor ailments, had become the birthplace of something extraordinary. Dr. Patel laid the crystal flower on her desk next to her medical tools. She touched its smooth surface and felt a quiet strength. A soft chime sounded from the Comes Console, a message from Leora's people. It read, "Until next time, friend." Dr. Patel smiled, eyes shining. She tapped a reply. "Until next time, we will be ready." As she prepared for her first patient of the day, Dr. Patel felt a renewed sense of purpose. Each life she touched mattered, not just on Mars, but across the universe. The routine exam that revealed an alien signal had shown her that every patient could be a messenger, and every moment held the potential for wonder. With gentle hands and an open heart, she stepped into the exam room, ready to listen, to care, and to embrace whatever discovery lay hidden in the next heartbeat.